Hi, I'm Jackie from Bliss Fitness. Thank you for joining me today for this yoga practice centered around the Muladhara chakra, or the root chakra. The root chakra is located at the base of the spine in the perineum area. It is responsible, it is our seat of safety and security. So let's foster some great feelings of safety and security through this practice today. I invite you to find a comfortable seated position. Maybe close the eyes and just take a few minutes to check in with your body and breath. And maybe choose an affirmation for today. I choose I am safe, I am secure, to go with our theme of the root chakra. Let's take about 5 more breaths just to focus in on our body and our intention for today. If your eyes are closed, I invite you to open them back up, and we'll get started with some gentle neck stretches. Let's start out taking the chin down to the chest, feeling the back of the neck be long. All right, let's lift the gaze back up. Next, we'll take our right ear down to the right shoulder. Maybe rest a hand on top or walk the fingertips away on the opposite side. Use whatever modifications you need to get the stretch you need today. Let's release, bring it back to neutral. Take a moment to notice how you feel from one side of the neck to the other. And let's go to the other side. Take the left ear down to the left shoulder. Maybe rest a hand on top or walk the fingertips away. Choose the modification that works best for you. All right, let's release, come back up to center. From here, let's do some circles. If you have neck issues, you may just want to work from side to side, or maybe that just feels best for you, or you may choose to do full circles. Again, this is your practice. Do what works well for you. So choose your circle or half circle. All right, when you finish up the one you're on, let's reverse it. Feel free to pause anywhere you feel tight and see if you can get that to release. Last one. All right, you finish that up. Just come meet in a neutral seated position. All right, from here we're going to go into flowing seated side stretches. So let's take our fingertips out to the side. Inhale that right arm up. Exhale, reach to the left. Inhale, switch arms. Exhale, left hand reaches to the right. Keep moving and flowing with your own breath. Let's do 2 more cycles. And when you finish that up, let's just meet in a neutral seated position again. Great. From here, we're going to go into a seated cat-cow. So hands on the knees, everybody. We're gonna inhale, chin will slightly lift, chest comes forward, booty pops out in the back. Exhale, let's bring the chin down to the chest, looking towards the root chakra. Inhale. Exhale, really curve that spine. Keep moving and flowing with your own breath. Let's do 5 more. And then come to meet in a neutral seated position. From here, let's extend the legs long, sweep them both to the left, and bring them to rest underneath us. This is our thunderbolt pose. So I'm sitting on my heels, they're digging into my bum. If this is uncomfortable, you might, on your knees or maybe just on your bum, you might want to add a blanket or bolster in between here. All right, let's just take a few breaths, explore how our thunderbolt pose feels. From here, we're going to go into a twist. So let's inhale, both arms up. Exhale, I'm gonna look towards my left, bring the right hand to my left knee, left hand on the ground behind me, and we'll hold this for 3 breaths. All right, let's inhale, bring it up, exhale, twist to the other side, left hand to right knee, looking toward our right. Let's inhale the arms back up, draw them through heart center. From here, we're gonna go into a little flow. Let's inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, slide the hands back towards you. Inhale, shoot them back up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Let's do a few more at our own pace. Last one, and we'll stay folded forward for a child's pose. Feel free to leave the arms extended or tuck them back towards your heels, whichever feels better for you right now. From here, we're going to move into another flow. We are going to get set up in a really nice tabletop. Okay, so we want hips over knees, shoulders over hands. All set? All right, from here, we're going to exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, drop the knees. Exhale, press back to child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Keep moving with your own breath. Next time you get to downward facing dog, let's stop there. Now that we're warmed up, really explore your dog. Maybe pedal out the feet. Maybe your knees are bent generously. All right, explore. Find a happy place in your dog. Let's hold this. One more breath here. Let's gaze towards the top of the mat. Walk our feet up. We're going to bring our feet to the outside of our hands, facing outward at an angle. And we're going to drop our hips back. Elbows come to the inside of the legs. Palms together. Try to keep the spine really long for our squat. Two more big breaths here. All right, let's plant the hands on the floor. Lift the hips. Heel toe those feet into parallel. And we are in our standing forward fold. Feel free to really bend those knees if you need to provide support and make this pose a little more easeful for you. From here, let's all bend our knees, if they're not already, and rise up to our mountain pose. Let's really check in with our mountain pose. Maybe rock your weight forward and backward. Find that place where our weight is really distributed between the balls of the feet and the heels. From here, we're going to go into a flowing chair. So when we inhale, we'll sit back, lift the arms, exhale, rise back up to mountain, okay? We'll flow 5 times. Let's do this together. Inhale, sit back. Exhale, rise up. All right, let's pause here. Just take a moment, check how everything feels. And then let's step our left foot straight back, stand on the ball of the foot, deep bend in that front knee, knee over ankle, hips facing forward, neutral, don't let them dump forward. And let's lift the arms up overhead for a high lunge. From here, let's release the arms, fold forward, plant the hands on either side of the foot. Let the back knee drop to the floor, untuck the toes. Really plant that left hand right under your shoulder. Right hand, we're going to reach up towards the sky, twisting toward the right. Let's release that right hand back down to the floor. Let's bring our hands up to our knees. Rise up in our low lunge. Maybe leave your hands here on your thigh or bring them to any other position you would like here, maybe heart center or overhead. release the arms you chose, fold forward, plant those hands on the ground, slide your front foot forward, flex the foot, lean into that straightened leg for our half splits. All right, let's bend that front knee, bring the ankle right under the knee again, tuck the toes in the back foot, lift the back knee, rise back up with the torso to our high lunge, and step up to the top of the mat. Great, let's do the same thing other side. Let's take that right foot back, stay up on the ball of the foot, left knee stacked over that left ankle, hips are neutral. Take an inhale, lift those arms up overhead, gaze right in front of you. All right, let's release the arms. Fold forward, plant the hands, drop the back knee, untuck the toes, really plant that right arm down, right hand down, under the right shoulder, lift the left hand towards the sky, twist towards your left. Let's release that left hand back down to the ground. Bring our hands up to our knee as we lift our torso up to our low lunge. Maybe leave the hands here. Bring them to heart center or overhead, your choice. All right, from here, let's release the hands down to the floor. Slide that front foot forward. Flex the foot, toes pointing towards the ceiling. Leaning into that front leg. Feel the stretch along the back of the leg. All right, let's bring that foot right back under the knee. Tuck the back toes. Lift that back knee. Rise back up to our high lunge and step up to the top of the mat. Fantastic job. Let's head into our warrior two sequence. We're going to take our left foot, step it back. Could be parallel to the back edge of the mat or maybe turned in 45 degrees. That same great knee position we had with our warrior one. In the front, we're looking for, again here in warrior two, shoulders stacked over the hips. Let's extend the arms out, trying to touch the opposite sides of the room. Gaze over those front fingertips. All right, let's move into our reverse warrior. Let's drop that back hand to the back thigh. Flip the front hand, palm up, reach back. Feel the stretch along the right side of the body. Don't forget to keep that bend in the front knee. All right, let's really engage the core. Come back up to our warrior two. We'll hold it for 3 breaths. into a variation of extended side angle. Let's bring that front elbow down to the front thigh. Back arm is going to sweep up, reaching up towards the top of the mat. Let's keep our chest really open to the long edge of the mat. And feel the energy and stretch along that left side of the body here. Engage those core muscles. Tip back up to warrior two. Release the arms. Let's straighten that front leg. Turn our toes to face the long edge of the mat. So both feet now facing the long edge of your mat. Adjust if you need to. Find a position. You might want to turn your feet a little in or out to see what feels good for your knees and hips in this position. Let's all bring our hands to our hips. We're going to fold forward halfway so our upper body is parallel to the floor. All right, hold here. Notice any sensations. All right, maybe you choose to stay here, or maybe you fold further into the pose. Both are great options. Listen to what your body needs. Also, feel free to take any small movements you need in this pose. Maybe you want to shift your weight a little from side to side. And notice how that changes the stretch in the inner thigh area. Maybe you want to hold opposite elbows and just hang here. Feel free to bend your knees if that's what you need here. So many options. Make this yoga practice your yoga practice. Let's all bring our hands back to our hips. Lift up to halfway. Bend the knees. Lift the torso, straighten the legs. From here, let's turn our left toes towards the back of the mat, which is now going to be the front of our mat. Right foot, again, can be parallel to the back edge of the mat, or maybe turn it in a little. See what feels good for your joints. Bend that front knee. Keep nice and tall through the spine. Let's extend the arms out for our warrior two. Gazing over those front fingertips. Feeling strong and secure. From here, let's reverse the warrior. Drop that right hand to the back of the right thigh. Left hand flips palm up. So reach back behind, getting a nice long side stretch along the left side of the body. Don't forget about that front knee. Keep it tracking right towards those toes. Gaze can be up. We can look straight ahead or maybe even down at the floor. See what feels good for your neck here. Let's engage the core, tip back up to our warrior two. We're going to hold this for 3 breaths. All right, heading into our modified extended side angle. Let's bring that left forearm down to the left thigh. Right hand is going to sweep up or reach towards the top of the mat. Feeling that energy, feeling that stretch along the right side of the body now. Let's really engage the core. Rise back up to warrior two. Release the arms. Straighten that front leg. Turn your left toes toward the long edge of the mat. And then we're just going to step them in so we are in our beautiful mountain pose again. Make sure you feel really solid, grounded here. And we're going to head into our tree pose. So let's shift all of our weight into that left foot. Right foot comes up, maybe it's a kickstand, maybe to calf, maybe to thigh. Arms could be at your hips, heart, or overhead like the branches of a tree. Let's hold this for 5 breaths. All right, on your next exhale, let's release everything back down to the ground with control. Take a moment just to notice how your body feels from one side to the other. And let's take it to the other side. So let's shift all our weight to the right this time, bringing that left foot up. It may come to the same same place it did before, or it could be completely different than your first side. All right, and again, arms of choice. Remember to gaze at something that is not moving, not wiggling, to help you find steadiness in this pose. All right, 3 more breaths. And release everything down to the mat. Great job. From here, we're just going to walk it up to the top of our mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands on the mat. Step it back to downward facing dog. We're going to hold this one for a little bit. So try to get really comfortable in it. Notice how this downward facing dog feels compared to the beginning of class. From here, let's shift weight forward, drop our knees, untuck the toes, sweep those legs around, extend them long. We're going to go into a half hero pose. So from here, let's shift our weight onto the right hip, bend the left leg back. My heel is sitting next to my bum. This can put a lot of pressure on the knee. If this is uncomfortable for your knee, try sitting on a block or bolster to lessen this angle at the knee. We're going to keep our right leg active and grounded, foot flexed out towards the ceiling. And we are just going to explore sitting in our half hero pose. From here, let's shift our weight back to the right. Bring this foot out, plant the foot flat on the floor. Cross it over that right leg. Let's wrap our right elbow around the left knee, left hand on the ground behind us, sitting up nice and tall, and then twist. Head turning last. Remember to keep that right leg active, foot flexed. See if on your next exhale you might twist a little deeper. right, let's unwind. Extend both legs long. Notice any differences from one side to the other. Let's bring our hands on the ground behind us, fingers facing towards the bum. We're going to lift up into a inclined plank, or reverse plank. You'll get it. So we're going to inhale, lift the hips, try to be set up so your shoulders are going to end up over your wrists. Feel free to come down and adjust if you need to. Let's release. All right, let's go up one more time. And release. Great job. So sitting back tall, legs extended. Let's try that half hero on the other side. So shift our weight to the left. Swing that right leg back, setting the heel right up next to your bum. We're just going to sit up, long spine, and explore how this feels. All right, let's shift out of this so we can take our twist on the other side. Shift our right to the left, bring our right foot flat onto the floor. Let's cross it over, hug it with that left elbow. Right hand reaches behind. Sit up nice and tall, and on your next exhale, let's twist. On your next exhale, let's unwind. Extend both legs long. Let's sit up nice and tall. Legs are active, feet are flexed. We're gonna do a seated forward fold. So let's fold forward from the hips as far as we can, reaching towards those feet. When you cannot go any further from the hips, feel free to round the spine if that feels good to you. And relax into the pose. The legs are supported by the ground. Feel free to find a little ebb and flow here, because as you inhale, belly fills up with air, pushes you away. Exhale, you can get a little closer to your legs. All right, let's walk the hands back towards our thighs and bring the soles of the feet together for butterfly. Bring the feet to you or bring yourself to the feet. Maybe you just want to sit up tall here, letting your muscles and gravity move those knees down toward the floor. Or perhaps you'd like to fold forward over your feet to get more sensation in the inner thighs. Both are excellent options. Find the one that works best for you. 3 more breaths here. Let's walk the hands back in if we're folded forward. Then let's all bring our hands under our knees and bring the knees together. I'm just going to scoot a little further to the middle of my mat. Keeping the knees bent, feet on the floor. We're going to hug our knees, bring them in as close to your chest as you can. We're going to go into cosmic egg. So let's tip back on our tippy toes. Tip back a little further, just until our toes lift off the mat. And then feel free to tuck the forehead down towards the knees. And we're just going to hold this here in this nice, safe, cozy feeling. Three more breaths. All right, let's lift the hand, tip forward. So our feet are securely back on the ground. Let's crack our egg and roll down onto our backs. From here, we're going to do some bridge work. So let's bring our feet hip width apart, slightly in front of our bum. I can just barely touch mine with my fingertips. We're going to do 3 flowing bridges, and then we're going to hold the 4th one. So let's do 3 flowing. Inhale, lift the pelvis, roll up the spine, onto the shoulder blades. Exhale, roll it all back down. 2 more with your own breath. All right, this next one, let's go up and hold it. You can leave your hands here or maybe walk your shoulder blades under and clasp the hands together. And let's hold it for 3 breaths. If your hands are clasped or your shoulder blades are under, let's move them back out, roll back down everyone, and we'll go into supine pigeon. So let's bring our left ankle to that right knee. Maybe you stay here, maybe that's all of the sensation you want today. If you want to go to the next stop, let's lift that right foot off the floor. We can reach one hand between the legs, right hand goes on the outside of the right thigh. We can pull that whole leg situation in towards the chest. We're fully supported on the ground. Our spine is neutral. All right, let's release the right thigh and let the right foot drop back to the ground. Uncross, bring the left foot back down to the ground. Notice how you feel from one side to the other. And let's switch. We'll bring that right ankle to the left knee. Maybe that's all we need. Or maybe we want to bring it up towards our chest. If we are, we could also reach the arms around the back of that left thigh. Pull everything in closer. Keep that right foot flexed. One more breath. Let's release that left foot back down to the ground. Uncross. And spread our feet about mat width apart. Let the knees fall in for constructive rest pose. We'll hold this for about 8 breaths. Alright, from here, take any last movements your body needs before heading into our Shavasana. So maybe you want to windshield wiper the legs, stretch the arms, curl up in a ball, whatever you need. Alright, and then let's set up for our Shavasana. Extend those legs long. Let them fall open. Bring the arms down near your sides, or maybe you want to rest them on your pelvic bones to help remind you of today's theme, the root chakra. Let's just settle in. Imagine yourself bathed in a warm red light. It makes you feel warm, cozy, safe and secure. All your tensions melt away. If thoughts enter your mind and you're having trouble letting them pass, feel this warm red light. Maybe focus on your breath or on the affirmation of I am safe, I am secure. We'll stay here for several minutes and I'll let you know when to head on out of Shavasana. you to make your next breath a little deeper and let it out with an audible sigh. Alright, from there, maybe you bring some movement back to the body by wiggling fingers and toes, extending that movement upward to the wrists and ankles, maybe the elbows and knees. Maybe you want to take a big stretch overhead or curl up into a tiny ball. Take any movement that your body is asking for here. And then when you're ready, let's bend the knees and put the feet flat on the floor. And then roll to one side. Let's take a few breaths here. And as you're ready, let's press into the floor and very slowly make our way back to a seated position. All right. From here, let's scoop up all the feelings of safety and security that we've fostered through our practice. Inhale, scoop them up. Exhale, bring them down to your root chakra. So one more time. All right. I really hope you enjoyed this root chakra themed practice. Thank you for joining me. Be safe and be well.